this vicious cycle in our uh, public officials governance. So, every time tayo na election, tayo na mga nuevo cara, tayo na mga nuevo idea. Pero si Italia na opisina, public office sila, taulbilese, mga promesas. They are now more engrossed, with all due respect, for their sub-vested interest. So, remember, come and go lang sa di inyo pwesto li. The people can remove you there every election. It is still the people's will whether to decide whether to put you there or to kick you out. Por eso, no mas manquanali, 3 años lang ese. You have to do your best. Na 100 days, first 100 days na opisina ustedes, ta panrecha con ustedes. Na por eso, necesita prove your worth. At the end of the day, el gente se canino decide, no hace de no hay nada no kuna diti ustedes mga constituente. Yes, sir.
Well, there are a lot of unnecessary apprehensions, no? If Bongbong BBM will take over as president this June 30, irresponsible apprehension that Bongbong will do what his father has done during his administration, which to me is entirely wrong. Bongbong is a bright fellow. What his father has done that people do not want, I don't think he will repeat it again, di ba? He will only do the good things that his father has done to the people of the Philippines. But never na yung mga ayaw ng tao, uulitin niya. Just like the apprehension of some presidential candidates during the last campaign period. Sabi lang, if Bongbong wins, he will declare martial law. They do not know that we have different situation now. Before, the president, after declaring martial law, he can abolish Congress, no? But now it's not. It is Congress that will concur to the declaration of martial law by the president. It is only good for 6 days, but Congress can shorten it, no? Because Congress is still there, unlike during the time of President Marcos Sr., where the Congress was abolished. So nobody will conduct the check and balance in the national level. But now it's different. So those unnecessary apprehensions should be removed because it's different now. And I know Bongbong will do better because he knows that many people are watching him. They might be, the people will be comparing between him and his father. And I know that he will live up to the expectations of the people. So in the same breath, in the local level, we have a lot of changes, no? So people are also expecting so much from the newly elected officials. Because for the past 20 years, with due respect, there were a lot of things that were neglected by our local officials. For the past 20 years, and the improvement, development is concentrated only here in the small heart of the city. And yet, we cannot even maintain our roads within the heart of the city. And people in the far-flung barangays are being neglected. So this time, I think people from the countrysides will be expecting that they will be attended to by our newly elected officials in their problems, especially on poverty and illiteracy. Ano masasabi mo dyan? What is your thought on this?
Yeah, totoo yan. Por eso they were elected into public office by the people. Alto the expectation ng mga bibientes on the national level. Yapone sila kung Bongbong Marcos Ali Jr. Kaya pruba yaman kita kun Cory. Amo laman siyempre el problema. Ya pruba yaman tamen kita kun Ramos. Tali lang siyempre. Depes entras sa estrada. Amo lang siyempre. Manada ya. Depes si GMA. Amo lang siyempre. Noy. Na por eso, ya pruba sila kung mabueno. Anak del dictador. Kay manada sa ko sa leksyon niya aprende. Siguro tiempo ay asyali bueno. Because you cannot question the wisdom of God. If he is sent by God. God sent. He will never make mistakes. Probably, Jenny, pero if one is sent by God, then God has a big plan in him. God can use anybody of a human being if he wants to. And you cannot stop God's plan in a man called by God, like Duterte. Can man lang si Duterte, mayor, kay Berotede. The history of our political history, politics. Why mayor? Después derecho que the presidente. Por eso, don't underestimate the choice of the people, because it is most probably the will of God. Oh, Berotede. So let's give him a break. Baka ele pa. Yablag Manele, he'll never declare martial law again. Pero si Tamira Tamenele Bulugulo Tamen, it is under the Constitution that the President can use that power. Por eso, disiplina también kita. Let us help ourselves. Unido kita, no? Talia se, de precura pa destroza. Precura pa. Ese ba jatong crab mentality ba? Dua way ase. Talia, unido ya kita. Igual na Amerika, kabar politika. Although, there are instances ke taman kwan sila sa igual tiempo di Trump, yaon na sila. Sila siya. Pero este tiempo, manunido kita, por favor, para ver el jatong país. Ay asensa ya. Que bien bonito este país jaton. Divided kita. Accept the defeat. Be magnanimous in victory and be gracious in defeat. Sila man natin. There'll be next time around. That's not the end of the world. Diba? At sina siya. Okay, sir. Yan. Dito naman sa local, ang tao has spoken already. Yabote sila kung ustedes, mga joven. Prove to them that you are worth your salt to be there. 3 años lang. Tamira sila. LD yung trabaho. 100 days. First 100 days in office, tan rate siya, especialmente el media, como kami. So, give justice to them. No man siya mang do away po. Priority, di nyo pa siyempre pamilya. Do away kasi. Cut off. Break that vicious cycle na politika. Kay tasupriel vivientes. Di ba? Okay, yon ang ko. Assessment.
John, we cannot prevent people from being anti-government, no? For the past so many years, I think from the very beginning, mayroon tayong anti-government group. Di ba? Now it is led by Renato Reyes, no? Whoever is there, they're always against the government. You see? So how can they help the government if they're always against it? Instead of helping, instead of reminding public officials to do the job by bringing it to the attention of higher authorities, they will not do it because they do not believe in government, di ba? If you do, if you're anti-government, you do not believe president, you do not believe the Senate, you don't believe the Congress, you don't believe ombudsman, you don't believe anybody, di ba? So how can you help the government? By bringing to the attention of higher authorities of any irregularity or poor performance of our public servants. So it's useless, di ba? Anti-government ka, you're against everybody. You're against including you, you're against yourself because you do not believe the existing government. But anyway, in the local level yun, I think we are expecting so much from the newly elected officials, especially in our local executive branch. No? We have a new mayor, very young mayor, but we are hoping, we are putting our hope that he can do better, maybe equally better or even much better with those who is compared with his predecessors. But anyway, all his predecessors have done their best. No? They have their own way of serving the people. But maybe our newly elected local officials now, elected and re-elected, will have a better plan for Zamboanga City. They will have a better, especially those people in the countryside, to make the life of people there comfortable, not neglected like for the past so many years, so many decades. And this is in line. This is also in line with our advocacy for the people in the far-flung barangays to enjoy life by way of improving their community, just like what happened in Sibuga and Sango del Sur. And we will discuss this later on, John. We have data here to prove that we are correct in the advocacy of having a new province, sabi natin, bagong probinsya, bagong pag-asa. We will be having we have new or data concerning the existence of a province compared with just a barangay. So, John, ano pang sabi natin sa local? What do you expect from our local leaders now with this election already
Yes,
concluded?
majority of them are young, dynamic. We describe them, no? Kasi gusto ng tao change. Por eso kambya ko na sa mga old one, with all due respect. Mga experience daw, tested, ay kambya. Pwede por eso, nogat man paloko ko ng mga bibientes, ko ng electorate, pwede sila kita con ustedes. So, they want change, real change, genuine change, not change para bien di inyo, bien del pueblo, siya tabla ka mo, durante el kampanya, kay address siya ka mo traffic, make sure it will happen, kay talyas, perennial, por eso, tiempo, estudia era, buckle down to work. Mira, hindi, pasikat, mambakasyon pa, kay kansaw, kay duele makabaya kita, ipigisilese. Be serious. Kayo ba problema? Taon ba? Mendikan mga, problema. Kanya, direct, kung nasa mga ahensya, diaton, concerned, agencies concerned, kay, sa'yo, tali naman siyempre si problema. Doon ngayon man lang siyempre agencies, cosa man existe, después hindi man se tan function veramente. Bueno, kanya, to our mayor-elect, Hoben, John Dalivi, prove to them, tiene tu political will, kaya ito, describe dito yung cuerpo, less talk, more action. O mira kita. Okay, so ese el grande esperanza el mga vivientes aquí kanaton. Kaya bien manadagat kita issues aquí, el camino, tali, dilapidated, el substandard, drainage, tali. Okay, basura. Make sure it will happen now. Ese transferida del airport, debe hacer. Kaya tali mga ese, tiene punto. Make it happen. Walk your talk. That's it.
Well, anyway, John, may kasabihan na age doesn't matter for good leaders. Regardless of age, if you are willing to accept the responsibility, you can do what people expect from you. Anyway, to give an example, in the past, we have General Emilio Jacinto, a very young fellow. We have General Gregorio del Pilar. Of course, in the international level, we have John Kennedy at age 43 was a president. Now, in the modern times, we had the president of Ukraine, President Zelensky, who is making history on the making of a president. Well, of course, in the past, we have the best of them all. The youngest fellow who became great was, during the ancient times, before Christ was Alexander the Great. At only more than 20 years old, he led 20,000 men by crossing the Alps mountain in Austria and conquered the whole world. You can just imagine. At the age of only more than 20, he conquered the whole world because he was willing to accept responsibility. And that could be true to all our local officials, national or local, that regardless of their age, they can do better, maybe equally better or even better than the rest. Di ba? Yeah. So, since we have new leaders in Zamboanga City, we have newly elected local leaders aside from those elected. I think it's about time for them to show that they can do better than what our previous leaders with your respect have done for the past 86 years since Zamboanga became a city. Di ba? So, we are here to help, no? We monitor the performance of our national city officials elected or appointed. That is the responsibility of taxpayers. That's why we form a volunteer group, no? Pagbabago movement for better governance this time. good governance, now better governance. Because we know that we can do better, di ba? We expect a better administration. Although one of the best president we had was President Duterte, aside from President Ramos. As far as I'm concerned, these two presidents are two of the best presidents that we ever had in this country. We are now watching Bongbong. He could be the third, no? We expect that because if he can do better, I think people are the ones benefited. So in the same breath that in the local level, we are expecting that the life of people in the countrysides will improve. The life of people there will become comfortable. The people there will no longer suffer poverty and illiteracy. If our local leaders are imaginative or have that sabi natin, anticipation what to do so that 20 years from now we will not remain like this. Di ba, John?
Yeah. Ang akin lang, si President-elect, sworn in na, no? Kagabi, no? Declared na, proclaimed na, winner, no? Ang Comelec. Continuity ng magandang trabaho ng Presidente Duterte, like yan, he should continue yung hotline niya ng Presidente, direct to him, to his office. Oo, para to check people na sa mga probinsya hindi na trabaho mabuti. Continue that. Let it stay. And dito sa local, and even on the national, make sure you orient first your staff sometimes, and in many times, ang staff na put down sa inyo, bakit nandyan kayo, sinasabing staff, overprotective ba? Wala, naliligo pa. That will destroy you. The image of the office of the president or even the mayor. You orient your staff, sometimes your staff is overprotected. Sila ta-destroy sa di nyo opisina, image. Look into these little things. Mga staff di nyo overprotective, arrogant, opposite to what you are saying. Sila ta-destroy sa tang papel. De veras yan kay we were not born yesterday. Tausel ba kita? Diyos tedes staff tang pabuenoli. Orient con esos, be courteous every time kay public offices tamira bastos. Now that will reflect your office, your image. Both on the national level. Over pa ba? Cordon sanitary overkill yaman Kumasan sina? Kay pronto lang ang gente man get demoralized din yung mga ansina. Por kasa din yung stop. Choose stop and then orient them before they will be employed. They will be hard. Kay bien sensitive, delikado sa opisina. Dahil gente train con esos. What do you think, sir?
That's correct, John. In fact, based on experience, no, there are 3 national offices where I have lectured them on administrative work. Of course, their directors are not, do not encourage this kind of mistakes, no. That's why there's a need to orient them, as you said. The clerks, ito mga local, local workers in the different agencies must be oriented on how to act official communications. Mayroon akong konjo, I have lectured one national officer in Zamboanga because the clerk received the letter, then opened the letter. After that, he closed it, he stapled it, then returned. Because according to him, the letter is not intended for his boss. He does not know that they are information addressee, di ba? We have multiple addresses so that they will know what we are, our subject matter addressed to other agencies. So that is one. Another is the regional director at that, John, I have lectured him because his staff sent me a copy of a letter where it is written in a scratch paper. Draft ba? No, sa likod ng papel, it is a draft actually. So you can just imagine. But when I sent him a letter, he apologized so many times about the failure of their staffs. That's why you said that's correct. The staffs now are not, they are trying to function more than their boss because they are unoriented. They are not enlightened of their respective duties. So it is very important because it will reflect to the boss, no? So
Yeah.
in the military naman, with your respect or modest aside, when we were in the administration, we were oriented, we were made to undergo administrative procedures. Nandyan yan eh. Administrative procedures, yung chain of command. Nandun lahat yun. So if you are a clerk, if you are a secretary in the military police, you know the sequence of communication from where it started and where it will end. So that is a Trojan that our local leaders, no, elected or appointed, should orient their staff. Kasi karamihan dyan, the letters or the information is not acted upon by the leader because the leader does not know it. Because it is acted upon by the clerk on his own or on her own. So this is a good reminder yun to our newly elected officials, yung cordon sanitaire, sabi mo. That is common, no? Sir, cordon sanitaire, anong ibig sabihin? You cannot just say the official, but during election, they are there, I think, holding the hands of everybody. But the moment they are in office, you can hardly see them. You see?
They will even stare down on you, itong mga staff. Grabe, abusaw. You should be courteous, because as a opisina del kanya say, welcome, smile. When you smile, you attract blessings. When you frown, you drive away blessings. Simple, and then you smile, less muscles eh. Kita ko na sa mga staff, tampa bueno li. Tampa sikyan. Kaya si apektahan na Diyos teles imahen as mayor, councilor, vice, as president, for that matter. And importante, tener buen staff kita, supportive kunel di sui boss. At sinas eh.
Well, I hope the president now, newly elected President Bongbong, will adopt the procedure of President Duterte.
Yes, humble.
A presidential complaint center.
What you are advocating, humble, simple.
Yeah.
El presidente tambao paganes.
Correct.
Ele pa tanda. Lead by example. Ang sinas eh. Kita si costumbre niya, tampasikyan.
And the President Duterte encourages people to report to him.
Encourages people.
Hotline to the no, direct to him. Because he wanted to know what are the complaints of people against the public official.
Even encourages us to create a scene. Si Tamira lukura siya, taas siya pekura siya. Create a scene para to attract the attention. Ang sina si Presidente, prangka siya. Kaya di suyo, servisyo lang ngayon. Por eso, cosa legacia le ha. Mira ustedes cuánto percentage ya. Cuando suyo siempre. More than 80. ¿Qué ver ustedes eso? Quiere decir, quiere pagar gente con él. Si no hay, si tiene lang aquel, no hay limit na di la term siguro. Perpetual na ito si Presidente Duterte. People love him. Because of what he's doing for the country.
And he is open to criticism.
He is open to criticism. Hindi, bueno naman to converse, articulate, real. Pero,
At saka, importante dyan, no? Yung Presidential Complaint Center.
yes,
We can remember,
yun.
there was not a single communication that it was not acted by the Office of the President.
Yun
lahat
pa natin.
Lahat na letters natin, letter complaint, it was acted. It was,
reply, no? Si Salvador, sino to?
Si Panilo.
Panelo.
Either the letter is endorsed to the Secretary of the different cabinets or to Ombudsman even, no?
Yes.
So, meaning, if we have a complaint against any public official, the Office of the President will act on it immediately. So that, in fact, we have filed a case against many officials in even in the national level.
Agency
Regional
dito.
Director of DPWH. We have filed a case against for lousy performance. Now, at least ang resulta, inayos nila yung bypass road, ni-repair at saka yung ibang lugar doon talaga reconstructed. So without complaint from the taxpayers, they will not act on it. So it is important that we taxpayers should play our role as watchdogs of the of public officials, both elected and appointed.
Yeah, but yun mga bagong kuwan natin, listen to the complaints. Hindi put that in sa trash can lang for kuwan lang. Ha? Decoration lang ang complaint box but you don't act them. Anong klase yan? Pang forma lang. You act on the complaints of the people. Kasi yun na nga. Ha? You are there to act sa clamors ng mga tao, mga reklamo ng mga tao, complaints, and listen to suggestions. Adapt good suggestions. Di ba? Ganyan ang partner na yan. Hindi, makita. Ang gusto ninyo, ang gusto magkwan, ang inyong gusto. Hindi na pwede yan. Cosa lang ustedes quiere. Igual como, I will not mention names, pero sabi Kitali. Quiere firme, kunere lang, uwi, todo. Ano, hindi pwede siya. There will be a interaction mabuti between the people and you. Listen to their complaints and attend to their complaints. Listen and adapt magandang suggestion ng taong bayan. Hindi para sa inyong kwan lang. Kung magandang proyekto, continue yan. Hindi kayo bago ng administration. Gusto ninyo, kwan ang inyong agenda. You destroy ang mga taxpayers money yan. Nakita na yan sa in the past. You destroy kasi proyekto ng opposition ninyo and you put your own. My gulay, anong klase yan? Para sa taong bayan niya. Kung nakita ninyo para sa kabutihan ng tao, pati sa sulat, continue yan. Don't think about your opponents in politics. Do away with politics. Yan ang kwan ninyo, ha? You're calling on all your kwan. Do away. Let's see. Si kumpli baka ustedes, baka talya tamen, pelyahan niya tamin kamuli na sangung niyang panglusod. Kaya niya tamin black kaya. Kaya na check and balance. Usa sa na lugar, hindi kay politika. Talya tamin, kung sa man sa klase siya. Bira-bira lang yan, hindi nyo costumbre di politika. El boss di inyo, party boss lang di inyo, hindi na lente. Kung sa klase man yan, utok di inyo.
Anyway, John, our time now is 8:36, no? Tama yung sinabi mo, yung mga complaint of taxes must be acted upon by any public official. At saka isa pa dyan, no? When we write a complaint to any public office, we have to state that they should answer our letter pursuant to RA 6713, Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials. They are mandated to answer our letter within 15 days. Another reminder is Republic Act 0303211. Itong ease of doing business in government offices. Hindi kayo pahirapan mo tao. Meron tang batas yan eh. Do not give unnecessary requirements. Do it as simple as you can so that the people can easily comply with the requirements of the law. Makikita mo sa ibang requirement yun? So many, di ba? Unnecessary. Unnecessary requirements.
Mayroon na batas sa Congress. If this will be approved by and signed by the President, maganda. Lifetime na. Pag birth certificate, kunin ninyo. For lifetime yan na. Death certificate for lifetime. Marriage certificate for lifetime yan. You want to get visa siguro. For lifetime na. Hindi na balik-balik.
Correct.
Mag-sign na yung presidente before you will step down. Maganda yan. To cut off itong mga red tape. Diyan na pepera kayo. Anong klase yan? So maganda. I hope the incoming president will implement this. Kawawa yan, balik-balik, lifetime na yan. If you get your marriage, ano ito na, lifetime na. Did you read that?
Yeah, John.
Oh, maganda yan.
That is a part of Republic Act 0311, ganun siguro. Ease of doing business. That is a part, no? Unnecessary requirements will no longer be allowed. So, yung sabi mo na lifetime yung birth certificate, lifetime yung death certificate, marriage contract, that calls for the yung that is a part of the implementation of ease of doing things.
Yes.
Ease of doing business in government offices.
Pati wala nang okay, conflict of interest. Pag diyan na kayo elected, makin lawyers, wag na kayo mag-practice. Baba. Alam mo tayo magani, tamang reklamo ka mo, conflict of interest, kaninyo tamen. Para di nyo, okay lang. Yung mga lawyers sali, bueno kayo na yung lawyers masali. Pwede man practice, kung naman si classes Para na otro, conflict of interest, man-implement para kaninyo, hindi. Kay mga lawyers ka mo, pwede lang ka mo ma-practice, kamo lang yung Si lawyer, si Aliyah, do away your practice. For the people, yes. Sines Para na mag-conflict of interest. Yan ka mo klayante, depende kene. Reklamo ng sanguni ang panglusot. Kontra ko na sa dinyo ka. Depende ka mo. Kung sa klase man ka mo. O ano, sir? Wala na yan. Wala sa tao na.
They are fighting each other for personal interest ba? For media mileage, karamihan. But anyway, John, itong observation natin, no? Even right here in the heart of the city, we have not fully developed the place. Look at the area in yung between Nunez and Veterans. There are, I think, 3 proposed roads there that will connect Nunez to Veterans. You can just imagine. Right now, it is Pantano, di ba?
Yeah.
But the moment the roads will be constructed there, we are sure that concrete buildings will be constructed along the road for business purposes. But who will dare to construct a concrete building there where there is no road? You see? And yet, that has been neglected for so many years because they want the money. They do not want to spend the money. They want the money to sleep in the bank. And magyabang tayo na we are the fifth richest city in the country, and yet our people are suffering. You can just imagine what kind of mentality, di ba?
Mayroong disturbing report. Gusto sila sa bangko kay may interest daw yan. Mga disturbing reports, allegedly. Narinig ko yan sa isa sa mga top government official, retired na siya sa isang na-offer din sa kanyang bangko. Percentage. This is not true, no?
Under the table.
Pero so gusto niyo siguro para may malaki yan Dito, billion ng mga covers ng gobyerno natin. I hope this is not true, pero if there is a smoke, there is fire. Tingnan ninyo yan. How dare maging milking cow lang kayo sa hindi pwede yan. God, there is no secret. You cannot hide any secret in the sight of God. Sa tao, pwede kayo, pero you are accountable. Totoo yan. Wala kayo espiritu. We have a spiritual reality natin. You are all accountable. Yung mga pendehada di inyo litasi ka mo. Remember, bien corto lang el vida di ato na ginamundo. Nugat ka mong pa. Any life that does not include eternity is not real life. It's like a dream when we wake up the following morning. It's no longer that. Hindi ka mong tatine miedo siya. Por eso, nisita kita di public servant leaders, God-fearing. Tatine ba miedo na Diyos?
Yun itong pera ng pera ng city na dinideposito sa bangko. Alam ko sino makinabang. Yung ibang syudad, ibang probinsya. Kasi itong pera na nandito sa bangko, they will send this outside. They will lend it for interest, diba? So sila na kinabang.
Business din ng bangko.
Siyempre, deposito mo, you have to pay little for the interest, but they will get more interest if they will lend it outside.
Okay.
So nakinabang, ibang probinsya. Unlike in other cities, na sila mismo mag-utang.
Yeah.
Instead of keeping the money, spend the money for development. And if it is not enough, get loan from the banks. Yan ang ginagawa. That's why they are highly developed. Because they use the money for good. Hindi tago sa bangko.
Pagkatapos tulog sa bangko.
We are boosting, we are, tawag ito?
Deceiving yang sa tao.
We are proud to be called
financially sound.
In the country, richer than Davao, even the richer than Cebu. But where is the money? Where is development? Di ba? I tell you.
Por eso ang development natin dito lang sa sentro. Overuse na nga itong...
And yet we cannot even properly develop it, no?
Kaya natin, tingnan niyo, Kalandrakas,
Karsada na.
Gumun.
I tell you. In Kwanalon, John, in Morning Breeze,
Yeah.
it is like a swimming pool.
No,
Morning
meron
Breeze,
ninyo yan.
talon-talon ang tubungan. Kapag mag-ulan, hanggang hawak ng tubig. Ay, yes.
Pahit ka ninyo.
Itong
Pisil ka
city
ninyo.
engineer's office natin. Wow.
Kay hambre ba kita?
Grabe.
Kita lang ba sabi, maneha ko na yatong syudad? In fact, there are many who are even better than, I'm sorry, than those Talyara elegido. Oh, because they don't run because Noisen. Only people who have the money have the big chance to win. Pero kay Noisen, makibueno sila. Kay Noisen, difícil. Kay Elhientero, isitasin ngayon. So that's how politics is. Money politics. Por eso si vote buying is kemba si Alibaki.
But anyway, John, we will, in connection with our advocacy for the bagong probinsya, bagong pag-asa,
Yeah.
I would like to refer this matter to, or compare with Zamboanga Sibugay.
Oh,
Zamboanga Sibugay became a province 20 years ago, 2001. And what is Sibugay now? You can just imagine, you know, in 1960s, Ipil does not even have a karinderya. Walang cafeteria, tubaan lang. Vitali has already big restaurant. But now, you can just imagine, you know, when Vitali became the provincial capital of Sibugay, itong mga development.
yeah.
Hotels in Ipil, we have 10 hotels. Jackie's Hotel, Victoria King Hotel, GB Hotel, Sibugay Grand Plaza Hotel,